All right, today we're diving into something pretty wild. We're cracking open an ancient text that makes a pretty bold claim that it can map out hundreds of years of history with mathematical precision. Seriously. We're talking about a prophecy from the book of Daniel that supposedly lays out centuries of history before they even happened. So let's see if the math actually adds up.
I mean, that's a pretty bold claim, isn't it? That's the big question we're digging into here. Can a prophecy that's, over 2,500 years old really contain a precise timeline for major world events? It sounds impossible. So let's investigate the calculations, the interpretations, and see how anyone could come to such an extraordinary conclusion.
Okay, so the story kicks off with the prophet Daniel. He's praying about the future of his people. And suddenly, the angel Gabriel shows up and delivers this incredibly complex vision. It's basically a roadmap, a timeline spanning 490 years that supposedly wraps up with a new age of righteousness. But, and this is the key, how you read that timeline, well, that's where the debate really heats up. This prophecy is often called the 70 weeks. Now, it was given to Daniel right near the end of the 70-year Babylonian captivity. So you can imagine, he's just wondering when this exile will finally be over. And the answer he gets from Gabriel, it stretches way, way beyond his immediate question.
So, if we're going to try and understand the literal interpretation of this whole thing, we absolutely need a clear starting point, right? Just like any countdown, you've got to know when to hit start. Finding that official command that gets the prophetic clock ticking is step number one in cracking this ancient code.
And this is where it gets really interesting. See, there were actually several different decrees issued around this time, but the prophecy is super specific. It says the trigger is a command to restore and build Jerusalem. So people who take this literally, they point to a later decree, one from King Artaxerxes in 444 BC. Why that one? Because they argue it perfectly matches the prophecy's wording. It wasn't just about the temple, it was about restoring Jerusalem as a whole functioning city.
So, this is the crucial moment. According to this specific interpretation, that decree from Artaxerxes is our starting gun. That date, 444 BC, is now locked in. The countdown can finally begin. All right, now let's get into the first major phase of this prophecy and see how it all builds from that starting point. This part covers the first 69 of these 70 weeks, and according to this theory, it leads to a very specific moment in history.
So the prophecy grew